Oh, there he is. Yes, welcome back to round 2 coverage of the Glassblown Open, presented by Dynamic Discs and the PDGA.
Nailed it this time.
Got it right this time. Yes, I am AJ Risley, and I'm joined by Robert McCall.
Yes, hello.
Who we got today on the card, Robert?
This guy's name is Pablo, but they put Paul McBeth.
Paul McBeth.
Yeah,
He's real good.
Yeah, he's pretty good at the disc golf. And
Also
returning
really
to our
good
card today, yeah, Ricky Wysocki.
Yeah.
Sitting in a tie for third place, all knotted up. We got Nate Sexton here.
Nate Sexton hugging his lats there. Looking
They
real
need
sharp.
some love. Everyone's lats need some love.
Yeah.
And then last on our card, Drew Gibson, looking very serious.
Yes, one earbud.
Yeah.
I wonder what he's listening to.
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe we'll find out.
Can he only hear out of one ear?
No.
Okay. I don't know, man.
Well, I'll tell you what. Hole 1 is 1,093 feet.
Yeah, it's a bear of a hole to
Yeah.
start.
Lots of rolling hills.
That's right. Really, all you have to do is make sure that you are in the fairway, not behind a tree, and you can pretty easily manage a 4 on most days.
Most days.
Today might be a different story. We've got a lot of wind.
Yeah, look
Whipping
at all
right
those
now.
feather banners. They're moving.
So this is McBeth with a force off the first tee.
Yeah, new Tour Series Force from Discraft. And it looks like it flies pretty nice.
Yeah.
He's going to like that.
Yes. That is a desirable position.
I agree. And so what are we looking at kind of wind-wise? A little bit of a tail cross from left to right?
Yeah, it was a strong tail, and then it would gust with that kind of left to right. And so I know that some competitors today were saying, hey, I'm just going to try and throw it as far as I can because this is the perfect distance, kind of like showcase wind.
Yeah. And Rick did that. He kind of pulled it a little bit to the right, and I think that tailwind kind of pushed his disc down, keeping him on that right side.
Yeah, he is safe, though.
That's good. And there we see, man, oh gosh. Drew's shot got pushed down.
Not very much, though, because it
Still went
flew
far.
past McBeth.
Did it?
Yep.
Oh, whoa.
We got Sexton waiting on his tee-off song.
It's loading. It's loading.
Wow.
A little bit of buffer.
Thank you.
Here we go.
Oh, okay. He's got.
Look at this guy. Have you heard that theme before?
Sorry you had to suffer.
I have, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice little JomezPro music there
Man,
for the man himself. Eventually, he'll tee off. And
no. He probably should have been called for a time violation, but we're going to let it slide this time.
Only if he misses that tree.
He does not.
Nope. Good spit out, though. Little.
Now, he still has the distance to 4 from here if he just plays 2 excellent shots.
Yes.
But this one has to cover a lot of ground, and it needs to crest that hill and fly for quite a ways after.
Yeah. Man, he barely crested the hill. He's going to have a long ways to go. And yeah, see, Ricky's shot got pushed down quite a bit by that crosswind. And he's got a pretty tricky spot there. I hope he put the mini down. Yeah, he did. Okay.
Wow, that was a tough spot. Incredibly tough. I mean,
Very tough.
that went a total of maybe 15 feet, and he just didn't really have anywhere to go. Paul trying to get a hold of another one. He went left instantly, kind of smashed by the tailwind, and
Ooh, pro spotter move, holding up both flags. He's not
can't see it.
100% sure if it's in or out. Dang. And look at those trees just whipping back and forth.
Okay.
There we go. All right.
Yeah, just kind of hold your breath when it hits a tree like that and starts rolling toward the road on a windy day like today.
Mm-hmm.
Ricky playing a huge Anheuser for his third.
Oh, okay, short of the green. Yeah, pinched up against those trees on the right side. That was not easy.
This is a big shot for Sexton. Probably still over 400 feet from the green.
Oh, bummer. Oh,
Unlucky. Landed in some grass there, but skipped across the cart path out of bounds. Ricky's fourth will settle 18 feet or so.
okay. He's pretty comfortable from there.
I would think so.
He's proven that. And so is Paul. But he's 19 feet away.
Yeah, much different. Drew playing the sharp hyzer. Catching another roll. This one, not too bad.
Also 19 feet.
Sexton for his par. It's just from his perspective, probably a little bit of a right to left crosswind and mostly a tailwind.
Solid birdie from Paul.
That's a good start.
In this crazy wind with, a lot going on.
A good conversion from Drew as well. Yeah, as the wind keeps changing directions and continues to gust, I think we're going to see that play pretty difficult for our competitors today. Just kind of unpredictable, you just don't know where it's going. So a par for Wysocki and ultimately a bogey for Sexton.
And then hole 2.
700,
Par 4?
Yeah, 731 feet. Big and hyzer is the preferred route on most non-windy days. I think we might see some more conservative, like low hyzers today.
Yes.
And
we got a couple forehand players on the card. I feel like that's the play, the power forehand.
Yeah, if
but
you've got it.
Yeah, when I came up to this hole yesterday, it was straight headwind. Man, you just
Trusting that force on Anheuser. He catches the guardian tree in the middle of the fairway.
And really, that's on a day like this, sometimes it's with all this OB, sometimes that's the play. Is find a tree, hit it, and drop straight down.
Yeah, like, hey man, that's really not bad. Well, that is crushed from Drew Gibson.
Yes. Yeah. He got the spin on it to cut through the wind, and he kind of kept himself under the wind a little bit, too. And you see,
it's all right.
See, there we go. Rick found the tree. It's inbounds. It's just like, I'm going to throw straight at it.
And just deal with the consequences.
Yeah. And I'm so accurate, I'm just going to square it up, and it's going to kick me straight back.
And Sexton trying to do, I guess, sort of a similar play, maybe on the outside of the tree. That just pulled a little bit right on him, and he is going to ultimately land out of bounds right.
Look like Paul's got a Jomez disc there.
Nice.
He's a sit. Ooh, nice. There you go.
Have you heard that the Jomez discs sit 20% more often than other discs?
No, I mean, I didn't hear it until just now, but I already knew.
Oh, okay. Somehow. Ricky with a long second up the hill. He'll be
still safe.
Feet out. Yeah, still safe.
Still safe.
Today, that's really good.
Yes. Man, Sexton had to rip on that for you. No, please don't.
Oh no. Yeah, I don't know if there's a player in the game who could reach the green from there in this sort of wind consistently with a forehand.
With a forehand from the bottom of the hill.
Exactly. It's just such a powerful shot in a difficult angle into this, what's now probably around a 25-mile-an-hour wind.
Yeah, it was whipping.
Paul approaching with his zone. Inside his comfortable 18-foot range.
Again, yes. Ooh. Did that...
Oh, okay, this is died. Okay, it looked like that was a wounded duck. Wysocki had just completely forgotten how to throw. No, it's just a died disc.
Well, I was going to ask, did that hit a branch?
Yeah.
I really hope it hit a branch. It's not that windy.
Gibson with the best look at birdie. He has no desire to take birdie with the set one. I guess he probably has a desire, but not willing to take the risk into that header.
I bet if he had both earbuds in, he would have ran it.
Yeah, probably so, man. Good point.
But he's going to take a par, and that's going to gain a couple strokes on Nate here. Fortunately. Ooh.
That's going to be a double for Sexton. Really tough hole, especially when you start finding out of bounds out here. The strokes just add up so quickly.
Yes.
Paul and Drew in for their pars as
same with Rick.
Yeah, across the fairway to hole 3 here, 489 feet downhill. Like we said, normally a lot of players will throw this kind of fairway driver down the middle. There's also a big forehand on the left side or a big hyzer out around the right side. I think effectively this is probably close to 410, 425 or something
like that. Yeah.
But today it's playing as a straight headwind.
Yes. Again.
Yes, exceptionally difficult. This hole relative to par played 3.63 scoring average, so nearly 2/3 of a stroke over par for our MPO field.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's pretty tough to get yourself within circle 2 off the drive into this straight headwind, and then you're having to throw a slower shot, something that's going to be a lot more vulnerable to the wind, and that just requires a lot more touch. It's pretty difficult.
That's right. Gibson taking the wide hyzer, and that's... If you haven't stood on this tee box, you don't know just how impressive that shot is. Because everyone thinks, oh, you just throw the big hyzer. It's so much longer than you think it is to get it down to the basket and inbounds.
Right. You're throwing it over out of bounds the whole way, and Rick looked like he just released that quite a bit early. Going for that tree approach, like I said on the last hole. Trying to find a tree that's inbounds, hit it, drop straight down. Unfortunately, cut through it.
Yeah, that's very unlucky, and then to get it to roll to the right out of bounds. Sexton throwing a beautiful tee shot. Judging the wind perfectly with, I think that's an Excalibur that he was throwing.
Yes. Ooh. Rick catches that tree. That's gonna be a tough putt. He's still at least 50 feet out. Okay. He got past the basket, so now he's got a tailwind putt.
That looks like probably like a gator or something from Drew. Something very overstable that he can just kind of flick his wrist in the wind and allow it to get close to the basket. That's well played.
Yeah. And
look at Sexton trying to do the same thing and just gets lifted. That's rough. And you don't see that often. Ricky laid up from 40 or so feet.
Right.
And that's going to be double for him as well. Yeah, that's a disappointing effort for Sexton. Being that close to the basket, a player of Sexton's caliber is walking away with a 3 every time if they want to.
Yes.
And just got a little unfortunate on the wind bounce.
That's the real challenge on a day like today.
It's just so unpredictable.
Right, yeah. It's pretty tough to practice those shots from 80 feet into 20-mile-an-hour
That's
headwinds.
Right. Tell us about hole 4, my man.
All right. Hole 4, 423 feet. Playing across a valley. We got some OB on the right side and OB on the left side. Typical.
That's standard country club.
Yeah. And so we're gonna see some big hyzers. We got some wind pushing from the right side to the left. And yeah.
And disc golf is hard on days like today.
Right, yeah. The trick here is to have the correct nose angle. You don't want to keep it too flat because swinging it out to the right, good tree.
Thank you, tree.
Swinging your drive out to the right, you're essentially throwing closer to a head, into the headwind.
That's right.
So you saw Paul keep a good hyzer angle. Drew's got a good hyzer release angle out of his hand.
Same tree.
And there you go. That's the play.
In years past, they've always called that tree's friend of the players, but I didn't know that it was just that friendly. That's 2 very, very fortunate tree kicks for both Drew and for McBeth.
And Nate was online to hit that same tree, but
yeah. But I've also heard him say before he's not friend of the trees. In fact, he calls them by the wrong name all the time. Did you know that?
Yes. On purpose too.
Even on purpose.
That's like if someone like spelled their name with an H, but you spelled it with a K.
Yeah,
on purpose.
Let's just pull an example out of the air, like Zach.
Right?
Something crazy like that.
Yeah, that's a good example.
We've got 4 players inside the circle, and wow, Ricky with the easy conversion. I'm gonna go out on a limb here.
Speaking of trees, going out on a limb like a squirrel.
I bet we didn't see a whole lot of star birdie frames today. Because we didn't see a lot of birdies today.
Okay, but come on, keep the spoilers to a minimum.
But today.
I know, but this card hasn't even finished.
Well, I didn't know that they all birdied. I'm just.
Oh,
they
nice
were
star
close.
frame, dude.
Oh, wow.
Oh, sweet.
Cool, man.
They're pretty good.
Hey, cool, man.
Cool.
All right, moving on over to hole 5, 666 feet. The new tee pad makes this drive play a little easier than it has in years past. Really trying to stay here on the right side of the fairway or push far over to the left so that you have a more open approach to access the green, which does tilt from left to right and pinches down with OB.
On either side?
Yeah, to within the circle on both sides.
There you go. Just like the last hole.
It's a very tricky approach.
Nice thing about this hole today was opposite wind from hole 3,
Yep.
closer to a tailwind.
I like tailwinds better than headwinds, personally.
Same.
Looks like so does Paul, and Drew that's got some juice.
Yeah, it's got a lot of juice.
Wow, all the way past that first group of trees.
That's big.
Yeah, you don't really have to worry about sides of the fairway if you throw it past that group of trees.
Or low ceilings, too.
Yeah,
Because now he's looking at maybe 150 feet.
that's about right. Sexton playing the nice safe forehand. He's far enough back that he can choose probably the side of the fairway he could play.
Rick doing the same as Drew, but he got a little too much juice. Just a little too juicy.
That's tough in the tailwind. Got a little extra skip and roll than he was planning for. That's nicely judged by Sexton, keeping it low under the wind instead of maybe letting it go out over the cart path and possibly getting slammed by that tailwind.
They're playing into I don't know if you mentioned it, like an uphill,
Slight uphill. Yeah.
fairway to green, so you can really just kind of punch it into that green and watch it just skip straight. And risky play.
Anytime something gets a skip here, you're just a little intimidated. You just don't know if it's going to do exactly what you want to or dive left in OB.
Right. Great putt by Nate.
Sexton with the shortest drive of the bunch, obviously intentionally because he wanted to leave himself both angles, but great conversion.
Oh, and now Drew's got a headwind putt. Ah, dang it. It's such a good drive that he had. That one hurts, and yikes.
Whoa, that is a really good flag
That's
hit for Wysocki. Oh, man.
Yeah, that flag's in contention for 6th man of the year.
Paul splashes out the right side.
Dymax is a process where we can take just about any image and put it on a disc.
Can we Dymax our love?
Well, yeah, we can Dymax that. Find out more about all the things that we can put on a disc at dynamicdiscs.com/Dymax.
I don't want to Dymax your love. Okay, let's move on. Hole 6, playing as the easiest hole on the course for the MPO field today, 2.76 scoring average. In fact, one of only 2 holes playing under par on the day. Scoring average. Rough. So, 343 feet uphill. This plays more like 375, 380. AJ's still laughing about can we Dymax your love. But
Just the delivery.
Yes.
I just love it.
with the tailwind, you have to throw this, what I feel like is a lot higher than you think you need to get all the way to the basket. Sexton has done just that, settling inside the circle.
Circle's edge. Oh, man.
And this is a predator for McBeth.
It's a good play in the tailwind there, getting it nice and high, because if you go for more of a low laser beam line on this one, that bunker comes into play real quick.
Yeah, and normally that's something that wouldn't be in any of our competitors' minds, to just throw over the top of it. We've got plenty of power to do so. But yeah, with that tailwind,
so you go,
that was kind of close to it.
And same kind of thing with an extra bit of hyzer. Tailwind, as you can see, these feather banners are they're trying their best.
Yeah, but their resilience is being tested.
Roll back in there.
We saw Ricky get the old roll over to the pole yesterday. Not quite to the pole today, but inside the circle.
Yeah, he's going to have to earn it. Sexton going for that.
You're just exasperation.
Oh, yeah, I think exasperation is the perfect word.
I totally understand what he's feeling.
Nice redemption bird from Drew.
You see he got that just over the rim as to try and keep the wind out of the equation as much as possible.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And another redemption bird for Paul, too.
Yeah, he just kind of put that like there was no wind. It looked entirely unaffected.
Yeah, that's kind of what he does, Robert.
Oh, this is my first time watching him play.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
you're in for a treat.
3 birdies and a par. Oh, pardon me. 3 birdies and a par.
Hey, there you go.
Good conversion, Nate Sexton, and that actually is perfect to our scoring average. That's about what, well, no, actually it was usually 1 birdie, 3 pars. These guys playing pretty good. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Pretty good. Pretty good. On over to hole 7, new tee box. A lot of guys are going to take this down the middle gap under that low-hanging branch. That's going to give them the opportunity to play the left side of the fairway if they want to. The ceiling is a little bit better over there. If they get to the right side, they're going to have to contend with a couple of gaps.
Yes.
This is still playing on the easier side of holes, as it's got a 4.38 scoring average.
Which is over par, though.
That's correct, yeah.
And it's still windy.
Yes.
I was thinking about this play when I stepped up to this hole yesterday, because the wind is blowing from the right side.
Yeah.
Fiercely.
Yes, quite hard.
Yes, hard. Strength. And yeah, okay, there we
Power.
go. Drew's got it, too.
Fortitude.
Safe.
Drew catches the outside of that tree, but no problem. 3 competitors taking the wide hyzer so far. And I'll be honest, the first time I stepped on this tee box, that wasn't even a play that I considered. I just didn't even really see it.
Sure. Yeah.
But I heard from Sexton beforehand that it was a pretty easy shot. So far, these guys are making it look very easy.
Yeah, with all that wind that's pushing from right to left, all you got to do is, pop it out there with hyzer. And these guys know how to do that. They know how to control their angles and get the most out of the wind.
That's right. One of the difficulties with landing a little bit short, though, is now the ceiling feels a lot lower because you are kind of closer to level with the basket.
Yeah.
But there's a little bit of a decline and then an incline in front of you, so the ceiling just feels much lower than it does if you're down here at the bottom of the hill. Ricky with a nice little tree deflection.
Yeah. Fortunate. Still playing the wind.
A bit wide for Gibson. He's going to be in circle 2 there. Hard to know if that was a misfire or just a kind of a bad wind push. Paul with a smooth flex forehand. Trying to dunk it, man. Was that a Jomez disc again?
Yes. Yeah.
I'm telling you, 20% more likely. Take it to the bank. It's a good approach from Sexton. Not much more to do from there, really.
No, just release the disc.
Just throw it.
Yeah. Speaking of dunks,
Pretty good there. Ricky in for his birdie 3. Right to left crosswind from his perspective. Those are the ones that feel like they have the greatest blow-up potential. Maybe outside of a headwind. They're just so easy for the putter to pick up and go way past.
yeah, oh yeah. Unless there's a flag on top of the basket.
And you square it. All right, over to hole 8. Let's talk about this one because
It's a doozy.
It was playing pretty difficult today. In fact, the most difficult hole on the course, playing at a stroke and a quarter over par, 6.26 scoring average.
So if you're getting a bogey, you're gaining strokes on
That is correct.
on the field.
Yeah, just because of the wind. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Where are you trying to land here, man?
In the middle of the fairway, perhaps.
If you find the fairway, then generally that's good.
You're going to be fine. Yeah, to the right or to the left of that cart path there that kind of zigs and zags its way down the middle of your screen. But yes, we were all facing a pretty daunting headwind. And that's a nice soft landing there from McBeth. Pretty sure that was the Jomez disc. Rick taking it wide. Good play. And this one's tough because anytime you go uphill to down or above, anytime you throw downhill with wind, the wind just is amplified.
That's right.
And
I think on a day where there isn't much wind, Drew's angle is perfect, and he's way up there. But that kind of headwind and then left to right wind just kind of slammed it once it was on hyzer. Pardon me.
it definitely didn't pick it up. That's for sure.
No. So this is going to be Gibson's third. Trying to throw a huge turnover, kind of up over this hill and crash the trees in the middle of the fairway.
And the wind gets under it a little bit, pushes him to the right. Finds the OB again.
This is Firebird for Wysocki. Just nice conservative hyzer, and that's honestly a really good play, even if it means he can't access the green from there because he's a little too far back. He's in bounds.
Yeah.
And like you said, Birdie is picking up strokes on the field today. Sorry, Birdie's almost always picking up strokes.
Bogey is picking up strokes. Or picking up a quarter of a stroke.
That's right. A stroke on the quarter.
Ah, okay. Right, you can't.
Two safe shots.
Can't pick up a quarter stroke, folks.
We only count them in ones here.
Yep.
Sexton with 2 safe shots.
McBeth with 2 safe shots.
McBeth with the same. Yeah, these guys are navigating this hole for the most part extremely well. Gibson playing down the cart path. Maybe looking for
Quite
a skip
literally.
up toward it. Wow.
I think it looked like he skipped off the car path at least
Multiple
twice.
times. That's pretty sweet. Right. Wysocki was actually farther up than I thought. He's
Great shot.
parked.
That's tough to do. It's tough to do.
These guys are making this hole look a lot easier than it's been playing.
That was not good.
Yeah, Paul, that just came out a little early for him with his zone there. It's out of bounds, but inside the circle. Sexton with the Sexton Firebird approach.
Great play. Great play.
Yeah. So these guys are going to take some, regular scores, right? Maybe a couple birdies, maybe some pars, a bogey or two.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's got he's inside 15 for birdie.
I'm going to tell you right now that the largest score taken on this hole,
Please don't.
16. 16.
And that's a decent bogey from Drew after going
Yeah.
OB twice, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, that was a great third shot, which I guess was actually his 5th shot.
Right.
5th stroke, but
Yeah, he only threw the
Third
disc
throw.
4 times.
yeah, that's what you want. And that's what Rick did.
And that's what Nate did.
That's what Nate did
So
as well.
these guys playing far better than the field today.
Yeah.
Well done.
Impressive. And speaking of impressive, I really like this new tee shot on hole 9. It's par 4. Again, still 651 feet, and we're playing down this nice natural tunnel downhill. You got OB left, OB short, OB right, and you have to land your drive in bounds. If you don't, you're going to a drop zone. Still pretty tough from the drop zone. It's not that second concrete pad that you can see right there. And so the tricky thing about this is just getting it to land and stay in bounds. And Rick, great controlled, low, straight shot.
Yeah, if you want to get something to land soft, you almost have to work it over to the right. Oh,
Whoa.
Sexton catches a tree, gets over the wall, raises his hands in jubilation. I
Jubilation.
think that's what I would have done as well.
Buzz
McBeth
from
going-
McBeth.
Yeah, buzz. You can see the guys who are finding success on this drive are getting just a little bit of turn on it. Not
Just a
a ton,
little.
just a little bit. That keeps it moving right and doesn't allow it to filter down to the left toward the cart path.
And it's either they're getting a little bit of turn, a little bit of Anheuser angle, or they're throwing it just barely downhill.
Mm-hmm. I thought you were going to say just barely into the trees and kicking out.
I mean,
I was ready for it, man. Hey, but he's safe. And
Hey, whatever. I mean,
on a day like
whatever
today,
floats your boat, really.
yeah, on a day like today, finishing out the two most difficult holes on the course back to back, 9 being the second most difficult at a 5.16 scoring average. Quite strong.
Ouch.
Yeah, anything that's in bounds,
Yeah.
you take that all day.
And that's
Oh, Ricky playing that Anheuser up over the hill, getting the cut roll onto the OB golf fairway, and then back pretty much to the original spot that he threw.
that would have been pretty sweet if it cut rolled, did a complete circle, and then went closer to the
Yes.
basket.
What kind of
Trick
black
shot.
magic was that? McBeth on circle's edge for his look at birdie 3. Not many birdie 3s today. 4 on the entire day for the MPO field. Gibson to 45.
Yeah, we got a couple guys that are in position to get one of those 4 birdies.
Yeah, they're dancing.
And they're dancing on the dance floor.
Well, yeah, there has to be a dance floor in order for you to dance. I don't know if you've heard that before. Dancing on non-dance floors is prohibited here at the GBO.
Ah, wow. Okay, well,
These are the rules.
Good
I didn't
thing-
make them.
yeah.
They are unflinchingly rigid.
Well, download the GBO app and you can
Locate your nearest dance floor.
locate your nearest dance floor.
We see Drew giving it kind of a half run. Really tough one to run from there.
Hey, there you go.
Big birdie conversion for Paul. Yeah, he's one of the only 4 birdies on the day here at hole 9.
Solid putt, great catch. Yeah, downhill, circle's edge putt, just outside the circle, I guess, if you got the SloMez, but with the OB lurking behind. Oh,
It seems like Nate's having a tough time judging the wind just right. There's such a thin line between following through enough to get the disc there and trying to force it through the wind. And neither side of that line is really great. It's either low or usually way past the basket on super windy days like today. So if you do have to miss, optimistically, that's not a bad miss. And you know what it's time to do right now? Just go ahead and click over to the back 9.
yeah,
Why would you only watch 9 holes of disc golf?
you better, yeah.
And
Well,
wha-
I mean, maybe if you're in a time crunch.
Yeah, maybe you can save it for later. But while you're clicking on the back 9, go ahead and click on the subscribe button.
But, yeah, also do that, yeah.
Love to notify you guys of some more great disc golf out here at the Glassbone Open and then other tournaments throughout the year.
For sure.
Hey, so
Thanks for listening to the Steel Series here on JomezPro.
name pending. We'll see you next time.
See you on the back 9.